Saya gonna hit with a fear as it's gonna be a bolts flying in, immediate immunity to matter damage as Rick is switching out to the Destro. He's just gonna have to go for ports. He's gonna have to go for long range gameplay here. Just avoid Saya. Is gonna need to get the succubus over the reflect applications. The Hodge blind to follow succubus. Could potentially follow up. That's gonna be a good moment. Unless Saya goes for a kick. Saya's next to the succubus. Rick trying to see if he can get himself some defense. Does go for Warlock House together with a bit of a dark back. Saya is gonna get hit with the fears. This could be an opportunity for Rick to make some damage happen. I don't know if you just go for double bolt, maybe Infernal. Might just have to. Might just have to. It is going to be an Infernal drop, and then he's just trying to see if he can maximize that range from Saya. Hand of Freedom going to keep him running. I don't know if you want to go for Succubus CC just to deal with the Hand of Freedom. Double the purple Infernals though. I do like them purple. I like the way they look. Set out to Rick, but he does go for the big gateway. Saya rushes out. All those pets, however, are so far behind. So Rick is just having to just kind of flounder out here on his own without those pets. I think he might just be going down here. Reflect for a second. Succubus CC, drain life with a Mortal Coil. All you can do is Mortal Coil from here. All you can do is Mortal Coil. Give yourself some time until a Warlock Houses are up. Might just be able to go for big bolt here. Saya takes a lot of damage. Does go for Wake of Ashes on the pet. Rick has a Warlock House to back up with wall. This could be potentially pulling Saya into a sense of, oh, I'm fine. I just got to take down Rick. Does go for Warlock House early. I was thinking maybe he will delay it. Dark back, wall, blanket the next go, and then Warlock House out of it. But no, he's just going to use it early. Try to go for Kill Rock just to see if he can move the pet back over. Is going to summon a fresh new Succubus, however. Or rather, Shivara. Technically, Shivara. Going to be a stuns onto Rick for a second. Saya just trying to keep the pressure on him as best as possible. Bloodsucker sink for a second. Soulfire, Bolt 1, trying to get kicked as best as possible. Succubus is going to catch him. If you got yourself double bolt, that could be very deadly. That could be very dangerous for my man Saya. Shadow Fury, double bolt. One bolt is up. Fury right after, just trying to get himself a bit of CC back to back on the Saya. Double bolt, maybe. One bolt. It's going to do a lot of damage. Mortal Coil does help a little bit. Another bolt. Saya. Oh, layered hands. Does get the double bolt. But the layered hands kept him alive. I can't believe it. There it is, boys. There it is. It's Leo trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a go versus Saya. Got himself full AMS, riders, and everything available. Still to follow Saya. Under a bunch of pressure. Still got a bubble, though. He means the layered hands there for that double bolt. Does keep him alive, though. Man. As he got himself Leo walking over towards Saya, blind right after. As he goes in for a blind as well, actually. Trading blinds back to back is going to be Leo. Still trying to see if he can keep the pressure onto Saya as best as possible. Silence to follow is going to be Bubble. Got himself a Bubble. Do you have the follow-up damage though? Leo with a dome. Trying to see if he can bunker down here as best as he can. Stun to follow into a blind out. Or Bubble out for Saya. Why did I say blind? Like I'm not even paying attention to the abilities anymore. Do you have Lion Hands? That's the thing with Saya. It looks like Lion Hands is up, but I'm pretty sure it ain't. It's so hard to track it. I think it's because it has cooldown reduction. The game has a very, very hard time tracking it. Every other cooldown, Shield of Vengeance, everything, tracks it fine. Oh, that is being tracked okay. Saya kind of low, and Leo does end up running him over. Surviving. Just fine, dude. That Death Strike boss, man, the Death Knight's keeping you guys plenty of lively. Is it Hollow up next? Hollow is charging in. Hollow technically can do a ton of damage to Leo. Is going to hit him with a stun. Is going to break out of the human racial. Blind, Trinket Fear. Doesn't have Legiborn. Is going to be full burst out of a Hollow. Mind Games, full burst. AMS doesn't stop it. Hollow got himself lots of damage onto Leo. He's just trying to see if he can death back it, but it may not be enough. There's just a lot of damage is burning too. Oh, that rift chunks out a good portion of his health. DP's down too. Leo, I think, might be down for the count. What corruption is Hollow running? Is he Void Ritual? Is he Tentacles? I feel like Shadow Priest should be implored to run Tentacle, guaranteed. Silence out for Leo. A couple of Death Strikes does help him stabilize even a little bit. Even a tiny bit. We are only 4 minutes into the duel. Big Void Torrent. Leo does have AMS for it, though he can't really stop the damage of it. If he can get a couple of DPs, Tentacle too, that is a lot of damage. That Rift is going to do a lot, I think. Oh, you're so low. Is it going to be enough here? Shadow Word Deaths might take you. What Hollow really needs is a couple of dots onto Leo. That's what he really, truly needs. Just making sure the VT and Pain are both on him. Even if it's just Pain, man, he's got to make sure all the dots are on him. Every single one of them, and that's what's really going to help him do a ton of damage. Does get the DP. Does go for a Fade for a second. dropping down a bunch of DPs. You have another big setup maybe. You could also use that pet to like set up an instacast dots onto Leo. I think that's exactly what he did. Rift is up, and Leo might be in trouble. Hollow just gotta live. Leo under a ton of pressure. Rift does explode. Hollow with a blind, trying to get some more dots going into a disperse. Leo just get himself slowed down completely. You back to Remorseless Winter that does a ton of damage but slows you. Trying to go for a grip, but a fade out for Hollow, and he's able to get a DP going yet again. You just gotta get some dots on the Leo. AMS is up, so you can't really dot him for a moment. Hollow just needs a little more health. Desperate Prayer is in. Needs to get a fear or something, anything. Fear as the AMS goes through. Rift is up. Void Bolt. Oh! The Void Bolt connects. Also, forget that the Void Bolts hurt while the Rift is up. You just don't really have a lot of opportunity to get some Void Bolts out. Does get kicked. Hollow does go for a fade here. No fear for a second. Maybe a silence or Anubis? No. Anubis does take it. Anubis! That's a name I haven't seen in a second, actually. Anubisil. I know this guy. Cobra is going to be up next. Charging. Trying not to charge in. Is going to end up walking into those totems. If Anubis can maybe move the big totem, that'll be golden. It's going to be Succubus catching him for a second. But he has himself plenty of potential damage. Bolt 1 is out. Doesn't take a lot of damage from the bolt. I think maybe walled it right before it connected. But it barely takes any damage from the bolt. It's actually okay. Is going to get himself a bit of a bloodlust silent. Oh, cannot interrupt chaos bolts. Why he's got nether ward, nether bolt right after, and he was so low in health. Oh, Cobra with a double bolt, someone in a big pets. I think it was an overlord that jumped in there too, right? With a big axe hit. That was a lot of damage. Meese has got to find a way to make this happen, man. He's got to find a way to run in there, get some damage going here, bud. As is going to be Succubus catching immediately. Cobra does get interrupted on that kick. Insta into a stun. Does he get to go for a proper stun? Does get to do it. Just fits him with the Frost Trap bolts. And that Frost Trap bolts actually can do a lot of damage. While shattered, that ability just hits really, really hard. It's actually a really hard hitter. Just a lot of times mages, unless you're like playing in a comp-based gameplay, and you can just get some distance and just cast a bunch of Frost Trap bolts, you just don't really get a lot of opportunities for it. He is going to go for a bit of a position with that gateway. I like how there's a gateway on either side, by the way. Pretty sure one is for team 1, one is for team 2, right? Pretty sure. Pretty positive. Bolt is going to connect yet again off of the Succubus. You see Infernal Boulder is going to summon up the Chaos Mother on top of it too. Mies can cast while moving, but he's just not really in a great spot to really do much. Big port out for Cobra with a first aid. As Mies, I think, is trying to see if he can back up out of there, but his resets are not going to be as effective. Unless he just jumps everything into Succubus, take it out, then sit down for some mage food. Then maybe Invis is going to help. But if Cobra positions the pets in a good spot, you're not even going to go for a reset, are you? No, he's just going to try to see if he can set up a go. But that Succubus is going to catch him immediately. It's there, dude. Immediately on you. Into a bolt. Block right after. Pit Lord would have been really, really bad amounts of damage for you to deal with. It just casts Insurance actually back to back. Does go for a kick. And it's going to get poured out of Cobra. Question is, though, can me somehow turn this around? Dodging the Infernal, which is huge, but that Infernal is going to add a bit of extra passive damage for Cobra. Going in for Ruination. That's going to give him a bit of Reflect. Also, Overlord. Overlord ends it. Oh, that slam, dude. The overhead slam by the Overlord. Hard hitter right there. Spear down onto Cobra, unless he can Gateway out. Yep, Gateway is the only thing that can break the spear. That was a lot of cooldowns to spend there, though. That was a lot of stuff to spend. As Envy just going to be kind of pinned down by the Succubus, by the other pets, having to waddle out towards Cobra slowly but surely. It is not going to feel that great. Got himself another Chaos Mother. Now that they buffed up Chaos Mother as well as all the other Diabolist pets, it is a lot of damage that Envy does not really want to deal with. Doesn't really want to take that damage to the face if he can help it. Shadow Fury and Cobra is setting up a big Bonds of Fell with a bolt right after for Envy. Not going to feel good. Mortal Coil still kind of pinned up against the platform. With a Pit Lord, I think it just lights. I think it just lights with a Pit Lord. Ruination doesn't connect. No, I swear Ruination doesn't do anything. I swear it doesn't do anything. You can't convince me anymore. Fear down onto that pet. I think Fear also did connect onto Cobra there as well. Envy does have a parry, but it's not going to be able to do much. Damage reduction would have been amazing, but that bolt, you can't really stop it is the problem. Look at this guy floating around like a beautiful butterfly. Catching up 3. Yo, Cobra. Diabolist Cobra, man. I love seeing it. Love seeing it. I still think the Hellcaller is probably better, but I like the damage that the Diabolist pets can do, man. They do a lot of damage. They're pretty awesome looking.